Merry Christmas, everybody. Are you ready for some crazy holiday stuff from Olight? I know I am. I love when Olight does their big sales, and some of their biggest are around the holidays. What I want to show you right now is just a few different offerings that we're going to see during the Olight Holiday sale that's going on, well, right now. So on your screen there, you see the effective dates for the holiday sale. And now I'm going to tell you what kind of cool stuff goes along with that. And then we're going to look at a few individual products that I think that you're going to really enjoy. First off, and this is a common theme among all of their big sales, you're going to have the chance for free custom engraving. This service is free during the promotional period, and they're going to be for the Arkfeld Ultra, the Baton Turbo, which I have reviewed recently, the Arkfeld Pro, the Seeker 4 Pro, Warrior 3S, Baton 4 Kit, the Ocite, and the Oclip Pro, which I'm going to be introducing here in this video. There are some free gifts available. Diamond and above members can get a Friendship 2025 Open Mini 2 with free shipping. Members below Diamond level will get an Ostrip for free. That's this right here, and I can't wait to start talking about that. That's cool. That's fun. And new customers will get an i3E Dream Blue for free as well. Now, let's start talking about the individual products here. I'm going to have this new LED light strip called the Ostrip, a brand new version of the Arkfeld Pro. You guys know that I'm a big fan of the Arkfeld Pro, and a newer version of the Baton 4, now for the first time available in titanium. And then the Pro version of the Oclip. Let's get this going.
Changing cloud blocking the pale moonlight. I reach for my torch, my pocket light. Flick it, I'm ready to wield its power shining bright. As a collector I know I need my collection to grow. More and more lights, it's an obsession. Gotta have more for possession. Some for looks, some for that incredible glow. High performance, all of the lumens. Give me the power of candela to solve the darkest dilemma and make the darkness run away. I go out of my way, every day, always a hopping online, finding more to make mine, watching my money drain away. All the niche emitters and sounds, some for beginners, from warm blue to intense bright white. How many do I need? Enough to completely dominate the night. I go out of my way, finding lights every day, always a hopping online, finding more to make mine and watching my money drain away.
Now, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not one of those people that really relies on a clip light like this. I have had a few lights in the past that are, stand-up lights or 90-degree headlights like we're seeing here. Some that clip, some that just have a standard pocket clip on them. And while I don't ride a bicycle where I need a beacon hanging off of my back or anything like that, and I don't do any hiking where it would benefit me to do hands-free with a flashlight, maybe on a belt or on the strap of a backpack, I can certainly see where it's useful. So the first thing, obviously, it gets its name from the fact that you've got a clip going on here. So you can clip this to a lot of different stuff, and it's got a lot of strength to it. And it's also magnetized. So if you want to stick it to something with the magnet, you can certainly do that. Or you can simply clip it to something that these magnets won't stick to. What's the performance like? Well, you've got a 500 lumen main light, which is up from the previous 300 lumens on the standard Oclip. Now, I don't have any candela information available to me prior to the launch here, but I'll suppose that it's more than the 1156 candela, which was good for 68 meters of throw in the previous model. You have a 4 lumen red light. You have your low and your high on that, as well as the beacon. You've got a selector switch right back here, which allows you to select from your red light, your main light, and then your auxiliary light. And the UI is actually pretty straightforward and simple. In whatever mode that you're in, simply press to be on or off. While you're on, long press to step through the brightnesses. If it's off and you want strobe, 1, 2, 3, and you've got your strobe. And that's for either of those lights. Does that work on the red as well? I don't think you do. No, you don't. Okay. If you want to be in beacon mode, let's go ahead and turn that on. When it's on, 1, 2, 3, and now you're in beacon mode. So if you were a cyclist, this is what you would have it on, as you've got it clipped to your back or your backpack or whatever it is that's behind you. As we open this up, I have to stress to you that while it is the same color as the light, the box is not titanium. Now, while titanium is much lighter weight than steel, it's not very lightweight compared to the plastic that the box typically is. The box is still going to be plastic. It is just colored to match to look like titanium. So the body of the light is going to be in titanium now for the first time. I've had a Baton 4 for quite a while now, for a few months, in the blue, and it's a gorgeous, just gorgeous color of blue. It's a fantastic little light. And the upgrade of the E-switch is fantastic because it's the same type of switch that's being used on the Warrior 3S Titanium, which was such an expensive, much more expensive, I should say, higher end type of light. And to see it on there is crazy. So as you can see, you get plenty of goodies inside of the box. Now let's not forget that when you have this light, it's not just about the light. It's also going to be about the charging box, because you're going to be able to use the light while it's charging. Everything except for turbo. And the turbo is pretty bright because this actually gets up to 1,300 lumens. From this teeny, tiny little light, you've got 1,300 lumens and 170 meters of throw. That is super impressive for such a little light. And I'll tell you this, the only thing really more impressive, if you feel that for some reason you need a light that's super teeny tiny and ridiculous amounts of throw, then you get the Baton Turbo. I have that as well. And yeah, that thing's ridiculously crazy. But this is the one that's going to be the special offering during the sale, being the first time offered in titanium. So on one side of the E-switch, you'll have a battery indication. And on the other side is going to be an indication of what mode you're in for brightness. I love that. It's such a high-end feature. I mean, quite honestly, I love everything about the light. Have ever since the last version came out. The only thing I don't love about it is the positioning of the pocket clip. I like to have my light source pointed downwards into my pocket, not upwards. So for that reason, it's not 100% winner, but it's still so darn cool. You can charge a number of ways. Number one, you charge up your box. It could be used as a power bank to charge your other devices like your cell phone and stuff like that. You could drop your light into there and it will charge inside. Or you can use the magnetic charging cable that comes in the box. Or you can unscrew the body, remove the battery, and charge the battery independently. So you can have multiple batteries on charge, which is a great way to go. Let's say you're going to go camping. You can have a couple different batteries on charge. You can have the box charging. Then when you go, you're out in the dark. I don't know why you're out hiking in the dark. There have been movies made about this that prove to you it's a really bad idea. But if you're doing that, you could switch out between the different fresh batteries that you have in your pocket. And also, you're going to have your charging box. You could drop it in there. And you can use your light while it's charging inside of this remote box. So plenty of cool features about that. Now, let's talk about the most holiday festive item that I have here. And that is going to be the Arkfeld Pro Holiday Snowflake. Oh, yeah. Now, I have owned several Arkfeld Pros. I'll pull one out right here that I really enjoy carrying a lot. And the Arkfeld Ultra. And I've carried these for about 8 or 9 months now, and I really enjoy them. They're easy to carry. They're slim. They're flat in the pocket, which is their big benefit. They were one of the early adopters of the flat body idea. It's slim, it's lightweight, and it's got a trustworthy lockout procedure. All you got to do is push and hold. Oops, sorry. While it's off, you push and hold until it flashes, and then you know there's nothing you can do to turn this on in your pocket. When I'm ready to use it, press and hold. We'll unlock it, takes it straight into moonlight mode, which I love. And then we step through to low, medium, and high. And then strobe is double click. When we have it on, triple click is turbo. How high is the turbo, you may ask? Well, that's 1,300 lumens. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got some power, baby. The UV light and laser, of course, are still here. And your pointer is now a snowflake instead of the dash or hash mark, which I think is a nice little added touch. I love the iridescence on the anodizing as well. It kind of has that look of the foiled wrapping paper you would see for the holidays, which I think is pretty darn cool. And I'm saying holidays just to be generic about it. I'm not one of those people that's afraid to say the word Christmas. I happily celebrate Christmas with my family. I don't feel the need to play the PC game of having to say Happy Holidays. I'm just saying holidays to encompass the entire winter holidays spirit. That's all. Now, on the UV light, you're running in the 365 nanometer range, which is the range that'll detect urine, semen, and works to determine whether a cash bill is genuine or fake, as well as, I believe, it will activate luminol in case you want to investigate a crime scene. So there's that. I've actually found it really useful for me. Before going to bed, I will, let's go ahead and get to make sure it's in UV. I will go ahead and give a quick shine to whatever watch I'm wearing so that I have immediate brightness on my watch. It's also great for when I'm photographing watches for the reviews I do on my watch channel. Hint, hint, go over there and subscribe. Spotlight watch review. Link is in the description of the video. Anyway, they're going to be doing these for $99.99 with 25% off, making it $74.99, making this one of the most affordable Arkfeld Pros that have come out. That 1300 lumen white light is nice and floody. I own many significantly more powerful lights, and honestly, this has never left me feeling like I needed more anytime I've gone to use it. Anytime I've carried this in my pocket, well, not this one, but one of my other Arkfelds, I've always felt it was perfectly adequate for what I was doing. Now, again, you're not going to get crazy, ridiculous, insane throw out of it, but that's not what it's designed for. This is an EDC light, hence the shape and the positioning of the switch. You don't have a switch back here in the tail for it to be a tactical light, so you're not worried about blinding somebody with a crazy amount of light and from a distance. And it's not going to be a searchlight that you're going to need that for either. You have a wonderfully bright light here with a nice beam pattern. That just works darn good. And now, I've got a fun little light to carry when the wife drags me out to holiday festivities and Christmas shopping. I've got a holiday in my pocket that will detect urine and semen. Yeah. So there's that. Now, last but not least, let's talk for just a short couple minutes about the LED strips. Now, LED strip lighting is something that I've only kind of fairly recently gotten into. And for one thing, it's nice to create ambient lighting in a room. Another good use for it is if you have them turned over to white and you selected the purest cool white mode. It's a great way to simulate sunlight if you have reptiles in an enclosure, which I do. But here, I think I'm going to be using this because it has so many different modes. I think I'm going to be using this in my living room to maybe project light from the backside of my big screen TV. Just for the fun of it, not really anything particularly important, but it'll give ambient light to the living room without having to have any lamps or other lights turned on. The beauty of this setup isn't really just the lights. Obviously, the lights are what create the magic. But to really make it magical is going to be using the app. There's a lot going on here. I couldn't possibly cover all of this at once, or this would be an extremely long video. But you can select from a myriad of different colors that you can have the entire strip, or you can have it segmented or gradiated from one set of colors to another. It looks like you can do, let's see, are they naming this at all? No, not really. Looks like you could do running lights. So like chasing lights. And looks like also you can have it where it slowly changes colors, which is something that I would really want to do, where it doesn't stay just one color. Maybe it'll slowly cycle through magenta, blue, green, yellow. I think that would be kind of cool. So by downloading the app and using it with the lights, that's when you're going to see what these are really capable of. Now, they appear to me like they're going to be super bright LEDs. They seem to be well made. Looks like it's going to be pretty easy. You're just going to tear off the back and it's self-sticking. You're going to have your main power switch here. And then it's running off of USB, which is going to be a great thing, especially for what I feel I'm probably going to do with mine, which is put it, I'm going to affix it to the back side edges of my television. And then this would just plug into the TV so that the TV is powering this. When the TV is off, these will turn off. When the TV is on, these will turn on as well. So it seems to be a pretty simple setup here. And then you're able to simply cut to the length that you're going to want. And that's it. So again, let's go over the prices very quickly. The Oclip Pro, they're $40, dropped down by 20% to be $31.99. The Baton 4 Tie Premium Kit, the MSRP is $129, 25% off, brings it to $97.49. The Arkfeld Pro Holiday Snowflake, almost said Starlight, sorry about that. It has an MSRP of $99.99, 25% off, bringing it to $74.99. And on the lights, I don't have the information here on the strip light just yet. But if I get it between the time I'm recording it and the time I'm uploading it, I will add an edit and put it right up here on the screen for you. That way you know, and it's not a mystery. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy your Christmas and your holidays. And I hope you enjoy the Olight holidays because they got some pretty fun stuff in store for us. And that's always awesome. Thank you, Olight, and thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you on the next video.